All right, buckle up, everyone. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving headfirst into the future of e-commerce.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
You better believe it. We've been sifting through tons of reports, articles, predictions, all about what's coming down the pipeline in 2024 and beyond, really trying to get a sense of what the landscape will look like.
It's changing so fast, right? It can be hard to keep up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the mission here, isn't it? Not just to see what's new and shiny, but to really understand how these changes might actually affect our lives, our shopping habits.
For sure. And for anyone out there selling online, I mean, this is like essential intel.
Absolutely. I mean, talk about a booming market, right? By 2028, e-commerce is projected to hit, wait for it, $1.5 trillion.
1.5 trillion.
Yeah, in the US alone.
Wow, that's mind-boggling.
Right. That's from the Future of E-commerce Trends Shaping 2024 report.
Okay, so we're talking serious business here.
Serious business. So we got to stay ahead of the curve, right? And one thing that's really caught my attention lately, I got to say, is live stream shopping.
Live stream shopping.
Yeah, I'll admit, at first I thought it was kind of gimmicky, like, is this really going to take off?
Yeah.
But the numbers don't lie, right? This is projected to be a $25 billion market in the U.S. by 2024.
25 billion.
Yeah, up from just $6 billion in 2021.
Wow. That's a huge jump.
Right. So clearly something's working there. And I think you hit on it earlier. It's that human element, right? That real-time interaction.
Yeah, it's tapping into that desire for connection. You've got influencers showing off products, answering questions live, and often they're like throwing in those limited time deals, which creates that,
Oh, the FOMO.
the FOMO, exactly.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely fallen for that a few times.
It's hard to resist.
It is. It is. But okay, speaking of changing shopping habits, let's talk subscriptions because honestly, it feels like everything is a subscription these days.
Seriously, everything.
It's not just like Dollar Shave Club anymore, right? It's clothes, it's dog food, it's, I don't know, everything.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, well, there's the convenience factor, obviously,
Yeah.
right? You get what you want when you want it. No need to, remember to reorder.
Right. Set it and forget it.
Exactly.
But then I also think there's that personalization aspect, like they're curating these boxes just for you.
Yeah, that sense of, discovery, getting things you might not have tried otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. But I do wonder, are we headed for subscription fatigue?
Ooh, that's a good question. How many monthly charges can one person handle?
Seriously, I had to audit my subscriptions recently. It was getting out of hand.
Yeah, I've been there too.
But okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the device that's practically an extension of our bodies these days, right? The smartphone.
Oh, yeah. Can't live without it
I know. Constantly shopping on our phones.
all the time.
So, I mean, this isn't news to anyone, but the numbers are still pretty striking. 70% of all e-commerce sales,
70%.
yeah, are expected to happen on mobile devices by 2024.
Wow, that's huge.
Huge. So businesses, listen up, mobile-first design is not just a trend, it's the reality.
It's essential.
Absolutely. It's got to be seamless, intuitive, easy to navigate on that smaller screen.
Yeah, no one wants to be, pinching and zooming all the time.
Exactly. But it's not just about the device, right? It's also about how businesses are connecting the dots between online and offline shopping.
Oh, yeah, omni-channel. That's the key.
Right. Can you give us an example? How does that work in practice?
Sure, so let's say you're browsing shoes on a store's website.
Right. Yeah, I do that.
You add a pair to your cart, but you don't actually buy them.
Yeah.
You're still thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Been there.
And then later that day, you're walking past their physical store, and boom, you get a notification on your phone.
Oh, like a little reminder.
Yeah, reminding you about the shoes, letting you know they have your size in stock, and maybe even offering you a little discount to entice you.
Oh, sneaky.
It's all about meeting the customer where they are, right? Giving them options, making it easy to buy.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart.
It's all about creating that seamless experience,
Yeah.
No matter how the customer chooses to shop.
I like that. Seamless.
Effortless.
Effortless, yeah, that's the dream. And speaking of customer preferences, one thing that just keeps coming up, and I think for good reason, is sustainability.
Oh, absolutely.
This is top of mind for so many people these days, especially, I think, younger generations, right?
They're willing to pay more for products that are eco-friendly, ethically sourced, It's about aligning their values with their purchasing decisions.
Yeah, it's not just a trend anymore. It's like a way of life.
It's a lifestyle choice.
And businesses are taking notice, right? I mean, and we're seeing a lot more eco-friendly packaging, sustainable materials, even like the carbon footprint of shipping is becoming a bigger consideration.
Yeah, they're really trying to incorporate sustainability into every aspect of their operations.
It's good to see, for sure. Okay, now for something that always gets me excited, AI, because we're not just talking about like personalized recommendations anymore, right? AI is basically running the show behind the scenes in e-commerce these days.
Oh, yeah, it's like the secret mastermind.
It's pretty wild. I mean, it's handling everything from pricing to customer service. It's like having a super smart assistant.
I know, it's amazing. We're talking AI-powered chatbots, answering your questions instantly, solving problems.
Yeah, no more waiting on hold for hours.
Right. And then there's demand forecasting, helping businesses avoid those like overstocking or running out of product situations.
Keeping those shelves stocked.
Exactly. And even like algorithms that optimize delivery routes, so you get your package faster and more efficiently.
It's pretty mind-blowing, the stuff they're doing with AI these days.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And if that wasn't enough to make your head spin, get ready for the next wave.
Okay. Augmented reality and virtual reality.
Ooh, now we're talking futuristic.
Right. Imagine trying on clothes virtually in your living room, seeing how that new sofa would actually look in your space. No more guessing games.
It's like bringing the store to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be huge, right?
Oh, yeah. The market projections are through the roof. AR and VR are projected to be like an $856.2 billion market by 2031.
Okay, so not just a fad then.
Definitely not a fad. This is the future of shopping.
All right, so we've got all this incredible technology emerging, but what about us, the humans? The ones actually doing the shopping? Like, how are our behaviors changing in this brave new world of e-commerce?
That's the key question, isn't it? I mean, are we all just going to become like mindless shopping robots?
Right, like what's the human element in all of this?
Well, I think it comes down to understanding what's driving consumer behavior in this, this constantly evolving e-commerce landscape.
Yeah, what are people looking for these days? Well, convenience is definitely at the top of the list, right? I mean, we're all so busy, we want things fast and easy.
Yeah, no one wants to wait around.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's leading to innovations like crowdsourced delivery, where everyday people can sign up to deliver packages in their spare time.
Oh, like an Uber, but for packages.
Exactly.
I can see that taking off.
Yeah, it's a win-win, right?
Mm.
Faster delivery for customers, extra income for drivers.
Makes sense. But I also think, beyond just speed and convenience, I think people also want to feel like valued and understood,
Yeah, you're right. Personalized experiences are more important than ever.
Like feeling like an individual, not just another order number.
Exactly. In fact, 80% of consumers say they prefer good customer service, even if it takes a little longer.
It's that human touch, right?
Absolutely. But let's be real. We're also living in a time of, economic uncertainty.
Oh, yeah. Inflation is hitting everyone's wallets.
So people are being more cautious, looking for deals, prioritizing value for money.
Makes sense. It's not just about buying whatever you want anymore. It's like being more strategic with your purchases.
Yeah, exactly. Making sure those purchases are worth it.
So we've got all this excitement, all this innovation happening in e-commerce. But of course, with every shiny new trend comes a set of challenges, right? What are some of the obstacles that like e-commerce businesses are facing in 2024?
Well, I think one of the biggest concerns is data security.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With so many transactions happening online, the potential for data breaches is a constant threat.
Yeah, and those can be devastating, right? Loss of customer trust, damage to reputation, not to mention the financial losses.
It's a huge risk.
And it seems like cyber criminals are getting more sophisticated all the time.
Yeah, it's a constant arms race,
Yeah.
keeping up with the latest security measures.
And it's not just about protecting data from those outside threats, right?
Yeah.
There's also the whole issue of privacy regulation.
Well, yeah, that's a big one.
Like the EU and California, they're really cracking down on how businesses collect and use consumer data.
It's a complex landscape to navigate, for sure.
So data security, privacy regulations, what else is keeping those e-commerce leaders up at night? I have a feeling customer service is getting even tougher in this omni-channel world.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about answering emails or phone calls anymore, right?
It's about being present on all channels, social media, live chat, in-store interactions, and making it seamless,
Yeah.
Not making the customer feel like they're being passed around from one department to another.
That's a tall order. It's like trying to juggle like a dozen balls at once.
It's a challenge,
Okay.
for sure.
Speaking of potential headaches, let's talk returns.
Oh, returns, the necessary evil?
I mean, they're just a part of online shopping, right? But managing them efficiently, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it can be a logistical nightmare.
But it's so important, right? Like, I know I'm way more likely to buy something online if I know I can return it easily if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, free returns are pretty much the standard these days.
And having multiple return options, and, clear communication throughout the process, that's key.
Absolutely, making it as painless as possible for the customer, even if they're not thrilled about having to send something back.
So it sounds like the future of e-commerce, I don't know, it's like this whirlwind of incredible opportunities.
And daunting challenges.
Yeah, both at the same time.
It's a dynamic landscape, that's for sure.
It is, it is. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's take a breath, recap what we've learned so far.
Okay, good idea. So we started by talking about the massive growth of the e-commerce market, which, it's just going to keep growing.
Trillions of dollars, yeah.
Mind-boggling numbers.
Yep.
And then we explored some of those key trends, right? Live stream shopping, subscription models, the mobile takeover, and of course, omni-channel strategies.
We talked about sustainability, which is huge.
Huge, and only getting bigger.
AI, which is like mind-blowing what they're doing with it.
It's amazing.
And AR and VR, which are like taking us into the future.
The future is now.
It really is. But we also talked about, it's not just about the technology, it's about the people using it.
Yeah, the human element.
So we delved into how consumer behavior is evolving, the focus on convenience, personalization, value for money, ethical considerations, all that good stuff.
And let's not forget the challenges facing e-commerce businesses, right?
Oh, yeah. Data security, privacy regulations, omni-channel customer service, efficient returns management. It's a lot to juggle.
It's a lot on their plates, for sure.
It is. But it's been a fascinating glimpse into where e-commerce is headed. And I think it really highlights the need for businesses to be adaptable, customer-centric, all those buzzwords.
But they're buzzwords for a reason.
They are. They are. But we're not done yet. We've got a lot more ground to cover in this deep dive into the future of e-commerce. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it really is constantly changing, moving so fast.
It's wild. And I think it really hits home when you think about how much has changed even in the last few years, ordering groceries online and having them delivered in hours, that was practically unheard of a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember when that first started popping up, it was like, whoa, the future is here.
Totally. And now it's just normal part of everyday life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think about what's next, right? What's coming down the pipeline?
So with all these trends we've been talking about, all this innovation, if we had to boil it down, what are the big takeaways, the things that are really going to shape the future of e-commerce?
Okay, so I think there are three key pillars here.
Mm-hmm.
Personalization, convenience, and sustainability.
Okay, I like that. 3 colors.
Yeah, these are the forces that are really going to drive the e-commerce landscape in the coming years.
All right, so let's break those down a bit. Personalization, we've talked about it a lot, but for the average online shopper, what does that actually look like?
Okay, so imagine this. You're browsing an online store, right? And the website, it can read your mind.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, but in a good way. It knows what you're looking for before you even type anything into the search bar.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. AI-powered recommendation engines, they're analyzing your past purchases, your browsing history, even your social media activity to curate a selection of products just for you.
So no more endless scrolling, trying to find the right thing.
Exactly. It's all about creating that hyper-personalized experience, making it intuitive and effortless.
I like that. Effortless shopping.
And it goes beyond your product recommendations, too. Think personalized pricing.
Personalized pricing, what's that?
So you might see different prices for the same product based on your location, your loyalty status, even your past purchasing behavior.
Interesting. Could be good, could be, I don't know, kind of creepy too, right? Are they spying on me?
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some ethical considerations there for sure.
Something to keep an eye on.
For sure. Okay, but let's move on to our next pillar. Convenience. We all want things to be easy, right?
Oh yeah, convenience is king.
So how does e-commerce get even more convenient in the future?
I'm picturing ordering everything with my voice, just talking to my smart speaker. Is that too far-fetched?
Not at all. Voice commerce is already a thing. People are ordering groceries, controlling their smart home devices, even shopping for clothes with their voice.
Wow. I guess I'm behind the times. I'm still mostly using mine to play music.
Well, get ready, because voice commerce is just the beginning. Imagine your refrigerator automatically ordering groceries when you're running low, or your car reminding you to pick up dry cleaning.
Okay, now that's just freaky.
The future is coming. And okay, let's not forget about our third pillar, sustainability.
Yeah, this is a big one for me, and I know it's important to a lot of consumers, especially, like we said, younger generations.
It's not a trend anymore, it's an expectation.
So when we talk about sustainability in e-commerce, what are we actually talking about? It's more than just reusable bags, right?
Oh yeah, much more. It's about a whole approach. Eco-friendly packaging, carbon-neutral shipping, ethically sourced products, transparent supply chains.
So businesses really need to think about this stuff, like from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Consumers are getting smarter about this. They're demanding transparency. They want to know where their products are coming from, how they're made, what impact they're having on the environment.
So no more greenwashing. It has to be the real deal.
Exactly. The brands that get this right, the ones that are genuinely committed to sustainability, those are the ones that are going to win in the long run.
It makes sense. So personalization, convenience, sustainability, those are our three pillars for the future of e-commerce. But with all this talk about technology and like innovation, I can't help but think about the human side of things.
Yeah, like, are we losing that personal touch as e-commerce becomes more automated, more data-driven?
Exactly. Is there still room for human connection in this digital world?
That's a really important question, and I think the answer is yes. But it's about using technology in a way that enhances the human element, not replaces it.
So it's not about replacing people with robots, but about using technology to, like, create more meaningful connections.
Exactly. Think about it. AI-powered chatbots. They can handle those routine questions, freeing up human agents to deal with more complex issues that require empathy and problem-solving skills.
So it's about augmenting human capabilities, not eliminating them.
Exactly. And I think that's a key takeaway for businesses. It's not about choosing between technology and humanity. It's about finding that balance, leveraging technology to enhance the customer experience, but always remembering that human connection. That's what really matters.
Yeah, it's like we're on the edge of something really big, you know? All these changes happening so fast, it feels like we have this opportunity to really shape what the future of shopping is going to look like.
It's true. And I think as we move forward, it's so important to keep that human element at the heart of it all.
Absolutely. Like, technology is amazing, but it should be working for us, not the other way around.
Right, exactly. We got to make sure we're using these powerful tools to make our lives better, create a more sustainable future, for everyone.
It's all about finding that balance, right, between
Mm.
innovation and responsibility.
Yeah, progress and ethics.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but it's one we can definitely overcome.
So, okay, if you had to, like, sum it all up, what's the one thing you really want our listeners to take away from this deep dive into the future of e-commerce?
Hmm, that's a good question. Okay, I think I'd say this. The future of e-commerce, it's about experiences, not just transactions.
Yeah, I like that.
It's about creating a world where shopping is seamless, personalized, and enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah, it's not just about buying stuff. It's about, like, connecting with brands, feeling good about your purchases.
Exactly. And I think that's something worth striving for. It's an exciting time to be a part of this world, and I'm eager to see what the future holds.
Well, that about wraps it up for today's deep dive into the future of e-commerce. Huge thanks to you for sharing all your insights, helping us make sense of this crazy, ever-changing world.
It's been my pleasure, honestly. I always enjoy these conversations, and I hope our listeners found it, insightful, thought-provoking.
And to our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you learned a thing or two, maybe got some ideas of your own brewing.
Remember, the future of e-commerce is being shaped right now, and we all have a part to play in making it awesome.
So stay curious, stay engaged, and keep exploring.
Until next time, happy shopping.
And keep innovating.